Alright, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Anime Phillips Stadium. We are going to be live here in just moments with a state semifinal game, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast that we're bringing to you. Both teams are warming up out there on the field, and actually back in the locker rooms and just now coming out, so we got about 6.5 minutes before we kick off here. But meanwhile, we're going to get started with some leaders first. And we want to recognize our sponsors for tonight's game, making this possible, this audio broadcast possible here on Hawthorne Hub. So we appreciate you joining us. We're sorry we can't bring you video of this, but we'll try and keep the level of excitement up there and bring you some additional information, and also continue to recognize our sponsors that have made this season possible, but also this broadcast itself possible. So, as always, we want to take this time and recognize Hawthorne Pro, Raised Meadows, Barn at Deep Creek, Edward Jones Investments, Select State Landscaping, Van Zant Lawn Care, Kyle Van Zant. We appreciate him. He's been helping us get this field back in shape, along with Tracy Cantley at Cantley Roofing, Heather Sarchi Watson Realty, Select State Landscaping, Diamond Z Trimming and Shoeing, Whispering Dog Design, Confidence Hair Salon. We certainly appreciate all of y'all and your support throughout the season, but also the new ones that we picked up here in this postseason. Also want to give a shout out to Zach at ZKH Films. We did a release for him, an early trailer release last week. So we want to make sure you go on there on ZKH Films and check it out. He's going to have an actual release party coming up. We'll feature that, but we'll also release that for you as well too. So Bluntstown comes in. They're going to come in tonight's game with a record of 8-3. The Hornets are 11-0. They beat Port St. Joe last week to make it to the state semifinal. We played them actually last year and won 28-0 last year here in the state semifinal.
Bluntstown comes in with 180 yards per game. Hawthorne right at 160. But the passing game is a little bit different, where the passing game for Bluntstown is only 58 yards per game. In Hawthorne, it's 224. So Hawthorne pretty balanced, a little over-concentrated on passing, but that's really just a lot due to really the playmakers because the attempts are about the same. So Coach Ingram and Coach Bowie on the offensive coordinator keep it pretty balanced for the Hornets. Yards per game, Hawthorne's about 150 more than Bluntstown at 384, and Bluntstown at 238. Points per game, Bluntstown's only scored about 18 per game, and Hawthorne's right at 40. So it's going to be an exciting game tonight. Anytime that there's high school football and there's an opportunity to go to the state championship in Tallahassee, both teams here playing in would have been playing in December, but moved it up a night. So last day of November playing. It's certainly an honor for both of them, and so both of them are definitely motivated. And then you got a lot of talent on both sides of the field. On actually on Bluntstown, the Tigers, they have several D1 offers and highly recruited D1 Power 5 schools. So some going to one's committed to Texas A&M. You'll see him tonight, Jordan Pride. And then you'll also see a few of their other guys that have offers from Miami and several other Power 5 schools as well. So it's going to be a big game. Hawthorne's defense is going to be put to the test with the running game. But we're going to see, I think Coach Ingram challenging them throughout the week, as we talked about on the coaches show. And so we're going to see that coming up soon. We'll try and keep some stats for you as well, so that you can keep up with that throughout the game and have a little bit better presentation for you. But you're watching or you're listening to the 2023 FHSAA football state semifinals on Hawthorne Hub. And we appreciate the FHSAA for granting us audio broadcasting rights. The rights to this broadcast of the state semifinal and the 2023 FHSAA Class 1R football championships have been granted to Hawthorne Hub by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited. The Tigers making their way out of their locker room. New locker rooms on the far side of the field are being used for the third time now. So get some use out of those. And brought in some portable restrooms, expecting a big crowd tomorrow night. And still for a Thursday night, have a huge crowd here. Even seen Coach Lorenko, Coach Johnson making their way out. We got several former players that are also here. But what we're going to do is, before we have the captains coming out to the field, we're going to have the national anthem. So we're going to turn this over so you can hear the national anthem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, almost underway here for your semifinals in the 1R state championship. All officials for tonight's game. The referee is going to be Kerry Jackson. Umpire Jamal Taylor. The linesman Don Van Diermark. Line judge will be John Mosier. Back judge Kevin Bowersock. Side judge Tondrick Robinson. Field judge Jordan Durham. And on the game clock will be Reggie Forbes. And these are the officials out of the Central Florida. All right, team captains making their way to the field. For the Hornets, the number 7, the protege, Ingram. And the 2, the South Florida commit. The 56 will be leading the offensive line tonight. And that's a 0. He'll be all over the place on defense. And for Bluntstown, that number 4, Jordan Price, the senior, 6'3". Here at Annie Mae Building Stadium. Boy, looks like Bluntstown's going to win this point toss, and they're going to second half.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, there you go with a coin toss, and the captain's read out by play-by-play announcer, PA announcer Tracy Cantley, also a big donor and supporter of the Hawthorne program, local business owner at Cantley Roofing. So we certainly appreciate him and everybody that's made this year possible. Last home game, no matter what, as the next one is in Tallahassee if we're fortunate to win tonight. Winning the toss was the Tigers. They deferred to the second half. Hawthorne will be receiving and starting out on the offense first, running from the west end zone. So both teams in their end zones, getting ready to run out this cold night. Chain crew's over there getting all their stuff out there to the sidelines, getting ready. Field's looking good between the hashes, a little dirty. Of course, in the winter here, it's not growing as well, so it happens. Of course, we kind of got started behind the 8 ball, but between Mr. Cantley and Mr. Van Zant, they've been starting to get this thing right now, so we appreciate their efforts. The Tigers are going to come out in their white pants, white tops, red numerals, and then red helmets. The Hornets tonight choose to go with the white pants, black tops, orange numbers, and black helmets. They got the smoke bombs going, and the Tigers make their way towards the middle of the field where they're waving their flag and getting ready to. They're staying on the middle of the field, and the referees telling them to get off the field, so we'll see. There they go. Now the Hornets get their music going, get their smoke bombs going. The cheerleaders clapping, flags going. Tracy Cantley calling them out on the PA. And then here they come walking out, led by the captains, arm to arm, in orange and black smoke. Hornets make their way in their grand entrance here, defending state champs, unbeaten, 24-plus games. And one more to go to try and get back to Tallahassee to defend their state championship in the state championship. They would be facing either Bozeman or Madison County that's also playing tonight and move their game up. And that game will take place next week on Thursday night. So that's why a lot of these games got moved up, was not only for this, but also for the weather that's coming in tomorrow. So if you want to see the game live, you can go to NFHS and watch it there if you'd like. Make sure you go to the right link. There's been several links that have been shared that aren't right. So make sure you go to nfhsnetwork.com, and you have to subscribe and pay to view it. So we apologize about that as we've been bringing them to you free. But you do have to pay to view that since they exercise their sponsorship rights. Back deep for the Hornets, Alvin Isaac, ready for the kick. Teeing it up for the Tigers, number 5, Tristan King at his own 40. And we are set to go here, teed up and underway. Little small pooch kick, and the Hornets quickly falling on it. It bounced around, and the Tigers had a chance to come up with it, but then a heads-up play as Leland Johnson, the defensive end and also doubles as a tight end, has made his way right there on the ball to save it for the Hornets. So Hawthorne with great field position is going to start about 2 yards shy of midfield at our own 48-yard line. 1st and 10 on the near hash, on your radio dial or your screen. They'll go right to the left as I give you some descriptions. Here come the Hornets. C.J. Ingram, once again, at quarterback. Namesake here, the coach as well, too. Zock's going to be at the far wing. Keenan Johnson, the lone tailback on the near side. Matthew McKinley and Caleb Rollerson on the right. Ingram fakes it out there, finds Zock out in the wing, right at midfield. He's got plenty of room to run, turns it up the field, cuts it back, still diving across a few Tigers and picks up a huge first down all the way down to the Tigers' 37-yard line. Andrew Zock just fled out there in that flat. CJ faked it to the left. Everybody was going to the left. He finds it to the right, picks up a huge first down, moving the ball to the 27-yard line. I apologize. 27-yard line. So that's a 25-yard play.
24 yards.
And Ingram once again to the line. Man wide left is Isaac. Twins to the right. There's a snap. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson off the left side. Hitting and ripping. Round up by his number 9, Amarian Hover.
Gained about 3, it appears, on the play. Keenan Johnson, well over 1,500 yards this season.
So Keenan Johnson picks up a good 4 yards on that play. And it'll be we'll call it 2nd and 7. Hornets come to the line, Twins left, Twins right. Johnson off his left shoulder from the shotgun. There's a snap, hand off Johnson off the right side. Hit at the line, but then surging forward, and they're going to call him down as he gets up probably another gain of 2.
A couple more yards there, so it looks like we're going to have 3rd and about. It's big. Here for the Hornets.
Hornets spread them out. Ingram from the shotgun. Bowie in the slot right. McKinley far right. 3rd and 6. Twins to the near side. Rollerson, Megatron. Recent UCF scholarship offer. And looking deep. Has Alvin Isaac in the end zone. Touchdown! Hornets! DJ Ingram. Step back 2 steps. And Alvin Isaac had plenty of time to run by his defender. And just like that, Alvin Isaac comes from the inside slot, takes it the distance, catches it about the 3-yard line, and puts it in for the Hornets. Hawthorne strikes first, 6-0, as Sam Carroll now trots out onto the field to try and add the point after. What a beautiful play.
Over for the Hornets, Johnson. Picks up.
Pick is up, and good.
And the Hornets strike.
So Hawthorne with 9:54 to go here in the first quarter. Hawthorne up first, 7-0. Well on their way, and Coach Atkins going to get his defense out there to try and pitch 2 shutouts in a row against Bluntstown. We'll see if he's able to do it against this star-studded offense that they have. Jordan Pride, the first one out there on special teams, standing at about his 10-yard line, ready to run it back. Alvin Isaac, what a play. So Ingram now has 52 yards on 2 passes. Zock, 25 yards on a reception. And then Alvin Isaac, 27 yards. Sway Knapp tees it up now at his 40-yard line. Kicking towards the west. Left on your screen. He spreads them out. Back deep for the Tigers. You got Jordan Pride, the Texas A&M commit. There's a kick. High, end over end, coming down around the 16-yard line. Number 23 takes it. Kayan Martin tries to get to the far side, but he's taken out immediately as the Hornets' Nazi Gent gets over there to make a tackle, just knifing in. As you can hear the stands and the reaction from the audience cringing after the hit. So great job, Nazi Gent, as always. Special teams and defense, he'll go right to his linebacker position and get ready now. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Their first possession of the night is going to start off at their own 19-yard line. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Get the defense out on the field. Twins to the near side, number 10 and number 2. That's Washington and Richards. Pride is off the field. Quarterback takes a snap, doesn't realize he's getting it. Tries to go out to the far side. Number 5 cutting to the outside, being pressured and tripped up out of bounds. And then he takes a little extra tumble as he tried to slide, but chased down once again by Leland Johnson and Nazi Gent over there for the Hornets. That was number 5, Tristan King. It looked like the snap came a little bit early as they had a man in motion, but the man didn't even get there to him yet. And so He unexpectedly got it there, and no gain on the play. So
Also on that defensive line, that 45, Jaden Tree.
So 2nd and 10.
Second down.
That quarterback is Tristan King. King hands it off left side. Hit, stuffed in the backfield. Host the Hornets get back there and stop them immediately. On the carry was number 9, Amarian Hover. Hover not going very far on that one.
Throw a man on the tackle as well.
Actually going to lose 2 yards on the play. So -2 in the rushing department so far tonight for the Tigers. Hornet fans have really shown up tonight. Still got a full grandstand and still down on the sidelines. Wrapped around a little bit in the end zone. Not as much on Friday night, but still a huge crowd for a Thursday night game. Here we go. 3rd down and 12. The Tigers from the shotgun. Trips to the near side. Back to pass. Looking across. Throws. Way overthrows his man. It was right between 2 of the guys and incomplete. It was about 5 yards short. Pride, and you can see why they don't pass it too much, as that falls incomplete and brings up 4th down.
It's going to bring up 4th down here for the Tigers.
Here we go. Send out the punting unit. Alvin Isaac back deep for the Hornets. There's a snap. There's a flag. Hawthorne, I think, has 12 men on the field. 12 men on the field, so we have our first penalty for the night. Be just a 5-yard penalty, as it's illegal substitution, illegal participation, too many people.
Replay 4th down.
And now we got 11 out there. So back to boot it away is going to be number 5, Tristan King. He's also the quarterback, so good option for him. He's a kicker, the quarterback, and does a little bit of everything. There's the snap. And the kick. High, end over end. Comes right down to Isaac. Isaac at the 45. Cuts out to the near side. Has a wall. There's a Hornet wall over here on the near side. At the 30. He's going down the sideline. Inside the numbers. Between the numbers and the boundary. He cuts it in. And they're going to mark him just short as they mark him down at the, or out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Or let's see where they put it at. They got a flag also way back here at the 48-yard line, our own 48. So stepped out of bounds at the 45 or at the 5-yard line. That is a 50-yard return that now will come back. Yeah, it looks like the penalties against the Hornets. Way away from the play because actually he caught the ball and turned to the near side. The flag is on the far side. I didn't see what the call was, but it looked like it was maybe a holding or a block in the back is normally where that would have been. Must have been actually a holding because it's a 10-yard penalty, so right there at the 40-yard line. So it'd be 1st and 10 for this Hornet offense. Worst field position of the night, but it's only our 2nd possession of the night, so here we go. Another chance to put some points on the board. Here we're 8:17 to go here in this first quarter. Hawthorne up 7-0. 1st and 10 from our own 40, 60 yards from pay dirt. Caleb Megatron Rollerson over here on the near side. Trips to the far side. Ingram takes the snap from the shotgun. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson, a lot of room to run. Comes out to the near side. Rollerson out in front, blocking him for him at midfield. Keenan Johnson, he's going to pick up a 1st down and pick up 15 yards as he gets up to the opposing 45-yard line. And plenty of room for a Hornet 1st down. That's another 15 yards for him. It makes 23 for the night so far. Keenan Johnson moving us into Tiger territory, taking us on his back like he has all season long. And those receivers, we talked about it with Coach C.I. about how they block Caleb Rollerson over here on the near side, opening it up for him, giving him a few extra yards to run. There's a snap. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson off the right side. He's wrapped up at the line, but surges forward and picks up another yard. So it looked like it's going to be stopped at the line, and one of the Tigers picks him up off the field, which is nice. Good to see sportsmanship out there. Number 33, probably the shortest guy out there, Jamarian Ingram. He says 5'7", but I'm not even 5'7", and we'd be probably close to seeing eye to eye or maybe looking down, but he plays with a big heart. At middle linebacker. 2nd and 9. After that run by Keenan Johnson. Twins to the near side, twins to the far side. Ingram from the shotgun, Johnson off his right shoulder from the 44-yard line of the Tigers. There's a snap. Throw over. Wide receiver bubble to Caleb Rollerson. Block over here on the near side by Alvin Isaac. Opens it up. Gets him down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Hornets.
3rd and 4 here for the Hornets. I want to remind everyone.
That's 57 yards for the night for Ingram so far. 3 for 3.
Coming to you right here.
6:30 to go here in the opening quarter. Hawthorne up 7-0. We appreciate y'all joining us tonight, and we appreciate all of our sponsors that made this possible, getting us on the air and at least bringing you some information that's going on. We appreciate where you're joining us from. Maybe put that in the chat box and let us know any questions you got. 3rd and 4. There's a snap. Ingram back to pass. Looking across. Has plenty of room. He's going to call his own number. Puts a move on one guy and then gets up near the boundary. Oh, he's going to be just short. He looks like it's going to be a yard short as he went out of bounds early at the 36-yard line. Need to get to the 35. I know CI is probably going to talk to him about knowing where the first down marker is. He ran to the side that doesn't have the chains, and we're going to have an official timeout for a water break as we're halfway through this first quarter. Hawthorne up 7-0 with 6:08 on the clock.
In the first quarter, Hornets hold a 7-0 lead with 6 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Fans, sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message provided by this station and the FHSAA. We appreciate you all joining us for that. Fans, Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of local sports on Hawthorne Hub. Call me, Matt Cerncy, financial advisor with Edward Jones at 386-462-0417 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
All of our supporters throughout the season. What a season it's been with sponsorship.
So 4th and 1, we're coming right back to the action. They're coming out from the water break, trotting out on the field. Caleb Rollerson going to be by himself on the near side, Megatron. To the far side, Matthew McKinley and Alvin Isaac in the slot. Ingram with 2 backs in front of him with Zock and Keenan Johnson. Ingram standing at his own 40, calling for the snap. Looks almost similar to like a flying V formation as they're getting ready to get that first down, trying to get that. And Hawthorne's going to call a timeout, talk things back over here. So Hawthorne takes a timeout here with 6:08.
Looks like they may have tried to draw an offside there from the Tigers. They didn't buy it. It's still a 4th and 1. Take a second here in tonight's game. We got former players here tonight in the house. You have number 22, Khalil Jackson.
Fans, visit WholeHomePro.com after the game and book a visit with Hawthorne's own Sean Derrick to see if your home qualifies for solar with no upfront cost or up to $14,000 in federal rebates to make home energy upgrades. Visit WholeHomePro.com.
All our players are coming back.
All right, back to action. Same formation. Twins to the far side, one man to the near side. Ingram from the shotgun. Comes out to the near side, calls his own number, gets to the boundary. He's got plenty of room to run and down the sideline, and this time pushed out of bounds around his 20-yard line. That's going to be a huge gain. We'll see where the spot is. Looks like it's going to be exactly 15 yards as it gets down to the 21-yard line. C.J. Ingram calls his own number. and picks up 15. It was a wall of Hornets isolating this side. The line spearheaded it, getting the motion going this way, and then Caleb Rollerson from this outside point carried his defender into that pack and just pushed them away. It was amazing. There's a snap. Ingram takes a snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson off the left side, pushing forward, following that big offensive line and diving forward, and finally pushed down after it gets up to the 14-yard line for another big run for the Hornets.
6 yards, 7 yards on the carry. Wow.
Be a 7-yard gain and 31 for the night for Keenan. That's his 5th carry of the night so far. 2nd and 3. 5:30 to go here in the first quarter. Hawthorne threatening at the 14-yard line of the Tigers. Hawthorne up 7-0. Twins left, Twins right. Ingram from the shotgun. Keenan Johnson off his left side. KJ's there. There's a flag comes flying in right before the snap, and they're going to say false start. Like it might have been a snap infraction where it was, but it'll be a false start. Back it up 5 yards and make it 2nd and 8. All right, Hornets spread them out. Twins to the near side, Twins to the far side. We got Rollerson and Isaac on the near side. There's a snap. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson off the right side. Cuts it back. It's opened up. It's parted like the Red Sea, and he dives forward inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line where he's finally brought down. On the tackle was Bryant Washington, and Hawthorne quickly to the ball after Johnson brings it down to the 7. There's a snap. Hand off to Keenan Johnson off the right side. Hit and driven back.
Keenan Johnson going to carry it again to the right side. Little gain. Going to bring up a 2nd down. What a push that line got. One way to go.
So that was from the 19-yard line down to the 6. There's a snap. Hand off to Keenan off the right side. He dives forward off the left side. Cuts it back. Touchdown. Hawthorne. Keenan Johnson this time cuts it back. Follows his offensive line to the right side. Cuts it back to the left. And there was one guy to beat. He put a move on him and then dove into the end zone for the touchdown. And a couple big runs, one after another there for Keenan as he takes it in for the Hornets.
Johnson.
There's a snap. Kick is up. Low line drive and splits the uprights. Sam Carroll puts it on. 4:25 to go here in the first quarter. Hawthorne up 14-0. Scored so far on both possessions here for the Hornets.
For the official, latest news about what high school sports.
The barn at Deep Creek is a breathtaking new event venue outside of Gainesville, tucked away on acres of pasture and privacy, blending southern charm and natural beauty. It's the perfect setting for intimate parties to grand weddings and even large-scale events. Check out the barn at Deep Creek at barnatdeepcreek.com and on Facebook and Instagram today. Thank you, Barn at Deep Creek, for being a constant sponsor of this broadcast.
Network.com, brought to you by the NFH Network, the official online partner. All right, here we go.
So quickly, Keenan Johnson has 51 yards for the night so far. And added to the Hornets' points, doubling it up, making it 14-0. Sway tees it up in a great kick. Goes back to Jordan Pride at his 3-yard line. Now cuts it back to the near side, trying to put a move on a few guys, but he's taken out by the young Tremaine Man Johnson. He just dives forward. Pride thought he was going to put a move on him, and he's like, I'm the Texas A&M commit. Do you know who I am? Man said, I don't care who you are. I'm taking you down. Right at the 8-yard line. It's a 5-yard return. Tigers are backed up deep for that Hornet defense as they're coming out on the field now on the near hash, way deep in their own territory. 92 yards away from pay dirt with 4:18 to go here in this first quarter.
Go. Hornet defense. Back on the field.
Tristan King, the quarterback, comes out. There's a snap. Flag on the play.
Like some movement on that offensive line.
You got a false start there. Our offensive line's moving early. It looked like you had one guy diving forward trying to take another Hornet out, almost like a chop block, but nobody else on him, so he might have just lost his balance and came out. So they're going to be at their 4-yard line with that penalty there.
And the Hornet defensive line.
Actually, it's going to be a 4-yard penalty because it's half the distance. They were at the 8, so it'll back it up to the 4.
Also, here on the defense, making a big impact here late this season.
All right, so King gets him into the line. Tailback, Hover. Twins left, twins right from their own 4. There's a snap. Hand off to Hover off the left side. Hit, ripped, and brought down.
And running back, bring it out.
You got Kyler Ingram in there on the tackle, as well as Jaden Tringrove, both making that tackle on that front 4. You also got Dimitri Perry
Right up, second down.
on that front 4. And Peter Finn also on that front 4. Hawthorne comes in at linebackers. You got Leland Johnson, Andrew Zock, the middle linebacker, and Nazi Gent on the outside. King takes the snap, back pass, being pressured in the end zone. Zock there, he almost gets him down, and he throws it away just in time, and it short hops the receiver on the far side of the field, trying to hit Brian Washington, but Andrew Zock, the Navy commit, just about safetied him. He dove forward and had him right on the R of the Hawthorne lettered in the end zone. Fans, this field looks amazing. Tracy Cantley and his team put it together. He's got the orange and black boundaries, and then the orange end zones with Hawthorne spelled out in one end zone and Hornets spelled out in the other. Just looks amazing for a last day of November game here at Annie Mae Phillips Stadium. 3:24 to go in the first quarter. It's 3rd down, 3rd and 12. New quarterback, number 11, Connor Clegg. Play back to pass, looking to throw, throws it across to the near side, way over through his receiver. Trying to go to Aiden Richards, who is 6'4", big old receiver, towers over our defensive backs, but the pass was at the 40 and he was at the 30. They brought in Connor Clay, who's the quarterback, the junior coming from Tallahassee Lincoln last year. The transfer was unable to connect. They brought him in for that passing play. So coming back in is Tristan King. We got a flag over here on the near side. Sideline warning. There is way away from the play. I don't know what that was about. Somebody got their toes across the line or what it was. But it's just a warning. Here we go. Ready for the punt from their own 7-yard line. And snap. And the kick. High end of ring coming to Alvin Isaac. Bounce to the far side of the field and goes dead at the 47-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets at the 47 after a 40-yard punt. No return. And Hawthorne have the ball once again for our offense. Ray's Metal Works, located in Alachua, Florida, is celebrating their 50th year serving the southeastern United States as a family-owned sheet metal company, specializing in commercial and industrial HVAC ductwork and exhaust systems, as well as custom metal fabrication and more. They can fulfill all your metal needs. Ray's Metal Works, thank you for your sponsorship.
From the coaching staff, Coach Ingram and staff, and the Hawthorne High School for all the support here throughout the season and tonight for this state semifinal championship game.
All right, 1st and 10. Twins to the near side, twins to the far side. The receivers are stacked up on the numbers on the far side. As you got also Leland Johnson out there as a receiver, now motions back as a H-back. Keenan Johnson off the right shoulder. There's a snap. Ingram back to pass, looking across, looking deep. Has Megatron, but well overthrown. About 10 yards deep. It landed at the end zone. maybe he thought it was Alvin Isaac running down there with his speed, or maybe Caleb got checked at the line and it threw off the timing, but definitely had a couple steps on his defender. Falls incomplete. No big deal. We'll try again. 2nd and 10 here from the 47.
All right, 2nd down.
Ingram takes the snap, hands it off to the near side. Keenan Johnson running hard, diving forward, wrapped up, surged up to the 41 yards, so gain of 1. Puts him at 52 for the night. Bring up 3rd and 9
Here for the Hornets.
with 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Hawthorne up 14-0 here on this state semifinal game. The winner of this game will play next Thursday night against either Bozeman or Madison County, the winner of that. They're both playing tonight, and we'll try and get some updated scores for you on that as well, too. So 3rd and 9. Hornets huddle up. McKinley and Bowie go wide to the far side. Caleb Rollerson by himself to the near side. Nobody covering him. And then Hawthorne spreads it out to where there's 2 more guys split out. Nobody covering some of the receivers. Ingram looking deep. Has Alvin Isaac and just overthrown. Had a few steps on him on what was like a wheel route as he came out of the backfield. Set up briefly and then came around the outside of Megatron and ran down the boundary. Had 2 receivers on him, but he had both of them beat. And it'll bring up 4th and 9. So Hawthorne, Coach Ingram going to play it right here, go by the cards. 4th and 9. They're going to punt it away. Jordan Pride back there for the Tigers, anticipating the reception, standing at his own 10-yard line. Sway back deep. And timeout taken. Sway takes a timeout, or the Tigers take a timeout. Talk things over here with 2:05 to go in this first quarter. Hawthorne up 14-0. Fans, we appreciate Kyle Van Zant, longtime Hawthorne native. He chose to sponsor this week as well, too. We appreciate him and what he's done for the fields. Put a lot of time in not only the football field here over the years, but he's played on this football field as a quarterback. Played basketball, and then also played as a baseball player, too. So, longtime alumni, business owner, community member, and actively involved. We appreciate what he's done for the community, and appreciate him helping sponsor tonight's game. Thanks, Kyle Van Zant at Van Zant Lawn Care. If you have a lawn care need, give Van Zant Lawn Care a call.
Middle and high school, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes compete fairly and equally.
All right, back from the timeout here. Sway standing at his own 43-yard line. 4th and 9 to boot it away. Pride back deep at his 15-yard line. There's Sway. Kicks it. Gets away. And fair catch caught by Jordan Pride at his own 8-yard line. 9-yard line they're going to spot it at. So from the 46 to the 9, that's a 35-yard punt. No return. First punt of the night. Good placement punt there for Sway inside that 10-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. They're going to have a little bit better field position. Actually, they had it at the 8, so 1 yard better than where they started last time before they got their penalty and got moved half the distance. $1:57 to go here in the first quarter. Hawthorne up 14-0 here on this Class 1R state semifinal game, brought to you on HawthorneHub.com. All right, the Tigers spread it out. See who they got at quarterback this time. It's like quarterback's going to be Tristan King. Hover back there with him off his left side. There's a snap. Hand off to Hover. Hover trying to dance around, hipping and ripping. But he's hit and brought down behind the line of scrimmage, going nowhere. Leland Johnson was there first to slow him up, and then several Hornets came in there to bring him down. It'll be a loss of 1 back to the 8-yard line. So Hover not doing too good tonight. He has 150 carries on the year and 880 yards, averaging 80 yards per game. And right now, he's at -1 after 3 carries. King takes a snap, puts man in motion, hands it off. Actually, he keeps it himself. He faked it to the end around and probably wishes he would have gave it to him after Jaden Tringrove came in there. And took him out. So there was a flag on the field, on the far side of the field. But I think it was declined as it's now 3rd down. 3rd and 11. No gain on that last play. In as quarterback, Connor Clay comes in for a passing down. 3 trips to the near side, throws it to the near side, has Jordan Pride. He's hit immediately. That A&M commit got blown up by the Navy commit, Andrew Zock. What a play. Hit him on the near side right about the 6-yard line, and at that 6-yard line is where he got buried, and a loss of 2, and it's going to bring up 4th and 13 for the Tigers after that play. What a great read by that Hawthorne defense. The other defenders were over there picking up their guys, and Zock just came flying out. Everybody in the audience seen it for a loss of 2. And time's going to wind down here in the first quarter. Looks like they're not going to snap it for this 4th down. And after 1 quarter of play, it's Hawthorne 14 and the Tigers 0. Here on HawthorneHub.com, we appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate all of our sponsors that have made this possible, but especially you, the listeners. Thank you for being here.
Everyone, make your way down the concession stand. Alumni Booster concession stand. Got burger bars, chicken wings.
So after 1 quarter of play, Hawthorne has 57 yards passing.
They also have Pepsi
Tigers, -2.
and soda.
Hawthorne, after 1 quarter of play, has 70 yards rushing. The Tigers, -1. So Hawthorne winning the game on the ground and in the air and in the stands, with total numbers going our way, and even special teams with great punts by Sway and kickoffs, and then extra points by Sam Carroll. So total team effort all the way around. Hawthorne in control going into the 2nd quarter. 36 minutes away from a state championship opportunity again. And Coach Ingram's going to keep making them go play to play for sure. 4th and about 12 here as Tristan King steps back and booted away for the Tigers. Alvin Isaac at the 40. Oh, high snap, and it goes out the back of the end zone, almost through the uprights. And so that's going to be 2 points for the good guys as it goes out the back of the end zone, and they'll have to kick it off from the 20. So safety makes it now 16-0 Hawthorne. Tonight's game in the 2023 FHSAA Class 1R Football Championship is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. All right. Looks like Tristan King is going to get it in his hands and punt it away at his 20. Back deep is Megatron on the near side. On the far side is going to be Alvin Isaac. There's a high punt going to Alvin Isaac. He's running back catches it over his shoulder and loses it for a second, picks it up at the 15, cut to the near side, has a wall as the Hornets are trying to get out there. Oh, there's a flag in the bag, and everybody's seen it coming. Alvin Isaac's going to take it the distance, but it's going to have to come back anyways. It's a great return. He gets tripped up by actually number 35 that keeps it from going down there, but he will probably thank him for doing that as the flag is way back here at the 25-yard line. Everybody's seen it happen as the play happened, and it was just too good to be true as he hit that seam. May not have even needed the tackle, but it certainly helped open it up as it was right where he was running. No complaint from the stands as everybody's seen that one happen as well too. So from the 25, that was a 10-yard return, blocking the back. It's going to negate that. Actually, the ball went down to the other 25. So that was a 50, 60-yard return that gets brought back. So it gives Hawthorne's offense more room to work.
15-yard line on the right hand. And that's where the Hawthorne offense is going to back out. All right, 16-0 lead here for the Hornets.
All right, here we go. Twins left, twins right. CJ from the shotgun from our own 15-yard line. Hand off to Keenan. Keenan comes out to the near side. Has a hand on his blocker's back. Cuts out to the near side. Runs through two Tigers. Splits the jungle and brings it up to the 24-yard line. Huge run. 9 yards. Keenan Johnson, once again, just carrying the load for the Hornets. Puts them over 60 yards for the night.
From Johnson.
11 minutes to go here in this first half. Hawthorne up 16-0. Fans, please don't click on any of the fake hackers links. That's for sure. Ingram from the shotgun. There's a snap. Handed off to Keenan Johnson. Johnson following his blockers. Cuts it out to the outside. Now back across the middle of the field. Carries the Tiger with him. And up to the 45-yard line. Another huge run. There's a flag on the far side. It's sideline warning. So that's going to still be a 21-yard run by Keenan Johnson. And they'll bring it up to the 45. So Hawthorne 1st and 10 at our own 45-yard line. 10.5 to go in this opening half. Twins left, twins right. Going left to right on your dial as we flip sides for the quarter. Johnson in the backfield off the right shoulder of CJ. CJ in the shotgun. Spreads them out. All the defenders for the Tigers within about 8 yards. Stacking the front. There's a handoff to Johnson. Johnson cuts to the left side and then back straight up the middle. Gets tripped up by the captain, number 42. But then still picks up 8 yards. It's amazing when you can pick up 8 yards after you've already been tripped up. So 12 carries so far for Keenan, and he's right at 90 yards for the night. Twins left, twins right. 2nd and 2 from the Tigers' 47-yard line. Once again, feeding Keenan. Keenan straight up. KJ's got a first down and then driven back by the Tigers. Once it gets to the 43, that's another 5 yards and puts them at 95.
Keenan Johnson.
He's making my stat sheet looking bad tonight, or good for the Hornets, but that's 95 yards so far for him tonight. 1st and 10, down to the Tigers' 43-yard line. 9:20 to go in this first half. Megatron to the far boundary. Alvin Isaac to the far hash. Darian Bowie to the near hash. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson to the left. He cuts it back to the near side. Hit and brought down, but not until he picks up another.
To the left. No green grass.
Looks like another 8 yards. Down to the 36-yard line. We'll call it 7. That's 14 carries for him tonight. And 102 yards. Goes over 100 yards already here in the early parts of the second quarter. 2nd and 3. There's a snap. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson off left side. Puts his foot in the dirt. Turns it up the field. Dancing around into the dirt and pushed back. And then finally brought down. But not until he picks up a first down. There's a flag that comes in as he brings it up to the 30-yard line. There's a little extra roughness there as Amari and Hover kind of planted them into the dirt after the forward progress was stopped and the play was stopped. So it's a 6-yard gain. They're probably going to have it after the play. Dead ball, personal foul against Hawthorne. It'll still be a first down. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty, but it'll still be first down as it's at the 45-yard line. So Keenan had brought it, KJ had brought it all the way up to the 30, and then a late hit after the play as they were standing over top of Keenan there, and it makes it 1st and 10 from the 45. So more opportunity for more yards. That's one way to get more than 100 yards in one possession. We'll see how it goes. 8:15 to go here in this opening half. Hornet crowd not too happy with that call. 1st and 10 from the Tigers 45. Twins left, twins right. CJ from the shotgun. Johnson off his right shoulder. There's a snap. Looking across. Looking deep. Matthew McKinley just threw his hands. He got to looking up the field, and he wishes he had that one back as he had nothing but daylight in front of him. Defenders celebrating like they did something, but they just were probably celebrating that they didn't have to do anything, and they still were able to keep the Hornets from scoring. So incomplete, through the hands on a slant. Just about every receiver that time was open. He had Isaac right over here on the near flat that just kind of stopped and held his defender, plenty of room. And then McKinley had plenty of green grass. There's a snap. Same formation. Hand off to Keenan. Off the right side, spinning forward, and then push back. And another flag. 2 flags coming in. As Torrance Myers gets thrown on his back after the play. And the 2 refs that threw the flags are going to get together and find out what they saw. See if they saw the same thing. As the ball was momentarily brought up to the 42-yard line from the 45, so a 3-yard gain, and it was after the play. Personal foul against the Tigers. Be a 15-yard penalty and first down. So to add on to it. So that's 24 yards on the Tigers, or 19 yards on the Tigers, and 25 on the Hornets for penalties tonight. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line, down to the Tigers' 27-yard line with 7:48 to go here in the first half. Hawthorne up 16-0. There's a snap. Back to pass, looking over. Has Darian Bowie. Bowie puts a move and then dives forward, loses his footing, and dives forward up to the, or down to the 29 or 24-yard line. So that's going to be a gain. Looks like about 3. Ingram from the shotgun takes a snap, looking deep, has his man Caleb Rollerson wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Hornets! Megatron from the right boundary takes it in. There's a flag in the end zone We'll see what it is. But right now, the touchdown standing, it looks like it's going to be celebration after the penalty. So that's a 24-yard connection. So that's 84 yards for the night for CJ so far. $29 yards for Megatron and a touchdown. Sam Carroll out to attempt the point after. Holding will be Zion Johnson. There's a kick. It's up and good. Splits the uprights, makes it now 23-0. 5 points away from last year's score with 6:53 to go here in this opening half. Hawthorne well in control of this one.
The Hornets 23 and the Tigers 0.
Fans, we want to thank our sponsors once again. Whole Home Pro. Visit wholehomepro.com after the game and book a visit with Hawthorne's own Sean Derrick to see if your home qualifies for solar with no upfront costs or up to $14,000 in federal rebates to make home energy upgrades. That's wholehomepro.com. So Hawthorne's going to tee it up from their own 25-yard line is where Sway is going to kick it from. They're going to have about 6 people back deep on the other side of the field, but most of them up here on Hawthorne side of the field at the 35. 6:53 to go in this half. There it is. End of ring. Coming down to Pride. Pride, they're looking at each other, trying to find out who's going to get it. Pride finally takes it, goes to the right side, and wrapped up and brought down as Nazi Gent knifing in there and brings him down at the 30-yard line. It's going to be a 5-yard return. Jordan Pride trying to take it to the far side and brought down at the far hash as Nazi Gent just knifing in there on special teams with another great open field tackle like that. 1st and 10 for the Tigers with 6:45 to go here in this opening half. All right, 1st and 10. Twins to the near side, one man to the far side. New quarterback's going to be Jordan Pride. Puts his other quarterback in motion. There's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Now takes it himself straight up the middle. Hit, wrapped up, and brought down. But flag comes in on the far side of the field. Right now, it's a 4-yard gain. But we'll see what happens. Looks like they waved it off. Not sure what they were discussing down there, but it stands at a 4-yard gain for number 4. Tristan King was lined up on the far boundary, and then he came in motion. They faked it to him, and Pride took it himself straight up the middle and picks up 4 yards, their best run of the night. Bring up 2nd and 6. Flag on the play. Oh, they're going to call offsides against Hawthorne. It's a 5-yard penalty. You had the receiver over here on this side that did some motion, some movement, flinching, but they didn't call that. They called it on the other side of the field. So 6 minutes to go here in the opening half. Take a water break, timeout here. Here on the state semifinals with Hawthorne up 23-0 on a Thursday night football game. Tonight's game In the 2023 FHSAA Class 1R Football Championships is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. The FHSAA is now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Tweet us, like us, and tag us on your social platforms by searching for FHSAA. Keep up with the teams and people who strive to make Florida high school athletics in the state the best. Be a fan of it all by following us on social media at FHSAA. Jordan Pride back at quarterback by itself. King once again in motion, comes to the near side. There's a snap, low snap, fakes it to him. Now Pride rolls out to the right, throws it over there, and incomplete. Had him wide open on the Hornet side of the field, and once again incomplete. And it confirms more of why they don't do much passing, as it was intended for Ashton Mosley, and he had plenty of room to run as somebody missed their assignments, and the Hawthorne defense talking it over right now. So they'll bring up 3rd and about 2 now.
Here for the Tigers.
That's their 3rd quarterback of the night. And still -2 passing yards. 3rd and 2. There's a snap. Another quarterback in. Number 9 takes a wildcat. And that might be their first down of the night. Leland Johnson coming up slow on the play. That's their first down of the night after number 9 for them. Marion Hover on the carry picks up the first down of 3 yards. And he's now in positive territory on his carries tonight, as he is now back at 2 yards net. 1st and 10 from the 41. 5:24 to go here in this opening half. Once again, Hover at the Wildcat. Takes a snap, driven back. Andrew Zock for the Hornets there to blow it up, and loss of a yard. So just like that, had some positive yards and then back on the negative side. And he's now just +1, playing with house money at 1 yard for the night with 5 minutes to go after Andrew Zock blowing up the hole that he was trying to run through. Bring up 2nd and 11 now. Fans, I know you can't see it much, but unless you're on the other stream and listening to us, but they got some big guys on their field. That number 9 is a pretty good-sized fella. 210 pounds at running back, and he's got a fullback in front of him that's probably 290. There's the snap. Takes it himself around the right side. Once again, hit and stood up as the Hornets get in there. Several Hornets, Kyler Ingram, Dimitri Perry, and then Jamarian Davenport to finish it off. And it's still just a gain of 2 yards as it brings it up to the 42-yard line. I apologize. Number 42 is actually 305. Captain, 305, 305 pounds, leading the way, and Hawthorne defense still blowing it up. 3rd and 8. There's a snap. Carry to the near side. Hit, driven back, and wrapped up by the Hornets' Dimitri Perry, who says, "Not this side, my friend," and throws him back for a gain of actually 4 progress to bring him a gain of 1 or bring up 4th, and it's still about 8 after they mark it off. So Alvin Isaac drops back for the Hornets to try and get another return going, standing at his own 25-yard line. Tristan King punting it for the Tigers. 4th and 8. There's a snap. There's a kick. Oh, low kick comes to the near side. Line drive. And out of bounds at the 30, so no return possible. That's a 27-yard punt, no return. And Hawthorne had the ball 1st and 10 at our own 30-yard line with 2:55 to go here in the opening half. I know Coach Ingram's thinking and Coach Bowie's thinking a perfect opportunity to run that 2-minute drill to try and get everything worked up if you're fortunate enough to continue this way. As he told you in the coach's show, have a short memory, have a good play, celebrate it, and then go to the next play. So Coach Ingram already looking to the next play, see what they can drill up here. With 2:55 to go in this opening half, Hawthorne up 23-0. McKinley goes to the far boundary. Alvin Isaac in the slot at about the hash. On the near side is Megatron at the boundary. Darian Bowie at the slot. Handoff to Keenan Johnson. KJ straight up the middle. Cuts it back out to this side. Makes another guy miss. Still on his feet. And cuts to the outside and then finally brought down. And then Torrance Myers gets hurt at the end of the play with another late hit. Up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 13. I hate to see that with Torrance Myers. He's really been a big anchor to that offensive line. Quiet guy, but then once you get him out there on the field, plays with a lot of emotion and does his talking out there on the field, that's for sure. And that's center for the Hornets. And Sway comes in for the Hornets to take some snaps, practice over here on the near boundary, as he's had been the center before, but they're Coach Atkins and them over there talking to him, trying to get him up. Torrance Myers coming off still, trying to walk on it, but unable to. He's going to come over here to the near side, and imagine they're going to try and just get him some attention and get him covered. Hopefully, Hawthorne maintains its lead and is able to get him healthy for next week against Bozeman or Madison County. So it'll be 1st and 10 after that run by Keenan Johnson at the 43-yard line with 2:40 to go here in this opening half. KJ at 124 yards so far. Twins left, twins right. 1st and 10 from our own 43, going left to right. Ingram takes a snap from the shotgun, hands off to Johnson. Johnson off the left side. He's diving across midfield and picks up the first down, or close to a first down, just short of it. Picks up another 9 yards, brings it into the Tiger territory down to the 48-yard line, and it's 2nd and a short one, and Hawthorne quickly to the ball. There's a snap. Oh, low snap, and CJ just falls on it as Sway had it come loose. Be a loss of 3. And unfortunately, it'll count against CJ, but just because he fell on the ball. Kind of like even if he took a knee, it'd kind of go against him on that 1-yard loss there. But 1:25 to go here in this opening half. 3rd and 4. Twins left, twins right. Ingram from the shotgun. Johnson off his right shoulder. There's a snap. Low snap once again. Keenan picks it up off the ground, jumps over the pile across midfield, and close to a first down. He's going to be right at the 48-yard line. KJ making positive yards, picks up 3 yards. And it's going to be 4th and short. They're going to bring out the chains, it looks like. Hawthorne took a timeout here. They're not going to bring out the chains. It's going to be 4th and short. 4th and about a half a yard as we're at the 40, just inside the 48-yard line. Have to get to just outside the 47. So pick up of 3. Heads up play by KJ. CJ was falling down on the ground on it. KJ picked it up before CJ could get on it and jumped over the pile that was there. The Tigers, their defense, all they're doing right now is diving at our offensive line just to try and clog the gaps to try and slow us up. That's all they're doing right now. So KJ, as soon as they dove down and had that pile go up, he jumped over them and picked up 3 yards going over the pile. So 4th and 1 with 1:04 to go here in the first half. Hawthorne up 23-0.
All right, Myers is going to make his way back to the huddle. Myers leads his offense throughout the whole season. The center man.
4th and 1. Myers back out there at center. Walked it off and is good to go. Twins left, twins right. Ingram from the shotgun. There's a snap. Nice, solid snap. Ingram has it, diving forward, and has the first down. Gets it down to the 46-yard line. CJ took it himself off the left side and toughs out 2 yards to pick up the first down. Under a minute to go. So 1st and 10 is good practice for the Hornets on clock management. Twins left, twins right. From the 46 of the Tigers. There's a snap. Back to pass. Looking across. Has Megatron. Megatron on the inside route. Cuts now back to the outside. Breaking the tackle and inside the 30. Down to the 28-yard line. It's going to be a 16-yard gain for Megatron. Actually, Ingram takes a snap and clocks it. They're going to actually spot him down to the 17.
You got to put like 2 seconds back on the clock. Yes, sir.
So that was a 27-yard line. They clocked it. It'll be 2nd down after that. And there'll be about 27 seconds left to play here in this opening half after CJ clocks it.
7 seconds for the clock. We go. See 2nd down here for the Hornets. Punch. Don't step down here before this half is over. We're getting her back out. Going to the ground here. Looks like it's going to be a delay of game on the Hornets. 29 seconds left here in the first half.
So delay of game against the Hornets going to back them up 5 yards. They'll be at the 32-yard line now. So another penalty against the Hornets. It'll back it up. And Ingram's going to spread them out, running the play out later. So 29 seconds to go actually in the half as they put 2 seconds on. Twins left, twins right. Ingram from the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking across. Being pressured. Has Alvin Isaac deep. Isaac going up, and flags coming in everywhere as he clearly beat the guy. And then had to come back for the ball, and the defender took Isaac with him. And so it's going to be easily the easiest call of the night for sure, besides maybe that block in the back. So CJ just hung it up there, and it'll be a 15-yard penalty. So unfortunately, it's not spot of the foul. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. So Madison's up 35-8 against Bozeman. So looks like another Hawthorne-Madison matchup unless something changes big in the next halves of both games. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. There's a snap. Ingram back to pass. Looking across. Has Megatron. Megatron going up and intercepted. Intercepted by Brahim Washington. So that's going to be 17 seconds to go and just underthrew it. I think maybe they thought each other was on a different page. But Washington made a good play, came up with it, and it intercepted it for the Tigers to keep the Hornets from getting on the board one more time.
So with 17 seconds left here in the first half, Hornets 23, Tigers 0.
First and 10 for the Tigers. 17 seconds to go here in this opening half. Hawthorne 23, Tigers 0. Tigers in a tight formation. Looks like they're just going to take a knee as King is at quarterback under center. And he's going to take the snap, take a knee, and go to the locker room, talk things up. Hawthorne defense going to wait them out as they head over there to make sure that everybody makes their way off the field without taking a cheap snap. But after one half of play, Hawthorne 23, Bluntstown 0. Fans, once again, our sponsors, we really appreciate them making this broadcast possible. Appreciate Whole Home Pro, Barnett Deep Creek, Raised Metals, and Edward Jones Investments, as well as Van Zant Lawn Care. So thank you all. So Raised Metal Works, located in Alachua, Florida, is celebrating their 50th year serving in the southeastern United States as a family-owned sheet metal company specializing in commercial and industrial HVAC ductwork and exhaust systems, as well as custom metal fabrication and more. They can fulfill all your metal needs. Raised Metal Works. Barnett Deep Creek is a breathtaking new event venue outside of Gainesville, tucked away on acres of pasture and privacy, blending southern charm and natural beauty. It's the perfect setting for intimate parties to grand weddings and even large-scale events. Check out the Barnett Deep Creek at barnettdeepcreek.com and on Facebook and Instagram today. Visit wholehomepro.com after the game and book a visit with Hawthorne's own Sean Derrick to see if your home qualifies for solar with no upfront cost or up to $14,000 in federal rebates to make home energy upgrades. Visit wholehomepro.com after the game. For the latest official news about the Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds in the 2023 FHSAA football championships, visit FHSAA.com, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.com. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. You shouldn't need an advanced degree to figure out how you pay for one. Hi, I'm Matt Cernsey, your local Edward Jones financial advisor, and I want to help you understand all the options you have when paying for an education. Call me at 386-462-0417. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Fans, we'll be back after the halftime. We got about 14 minutes to go here, and then they'll add a little bit of time back on there, but we appreciate you joining us, and we hope that you stay with us on the second half to see how things wind down as we're up 23-0 after one half of play.
At the coin toss, and they will receive to start the second half.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after one half of play, it's Hawthorne 23, Bluntstown 0. Bluntstown's just making their way out of the end zone. Hawthorne's already out there on the field waiting to kick it off. We're getting started here on our second half of broadcasting for the state semifinal game. After one half of play, Keenan Johnson has 136 yards on the ground already on 19 carries. 19 carries for 136 yards and making a lot of ground here for the Hornets.
Check out Mike and his team at the Burger Barn. Supporters of Hornet Athletics year in and year out. That's the Burger Barn right here in Hawthorne, Florida. Also Diane's Barbecue.
Fans' broadcast rights to the State Series contest have been granted to Hawthorne Hub by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the FHSAA is prohibited.
We got Mama Red over there, so we good. We go.
Once again, thanks to all of our sponsors throughout the year that have helped make this broadcast possible,
Alumni here at Hawthorne High School.
and also supporters of the Hawthorne Quarterback Club. If you can, go to Cash App. Send $1 or $2 over to the Quarterback Club. The $ Hawthorne QBC. $ Hawthorne QBC. And it'd be much appreciated to help, as we're going to need some funds if we're able to hold on for another 24 minutes to make the trip up to Tallahassee. Also, we got a fundraiser tomorrow for Hawthorne Area Resource Center at Lakeside Baptist, if you're able to make it out at 7 p.m. There's a kick. Goes over to the far side, and one of the receivers actually takes it from Pride and takes it himself around the far side and thrown out of bounds. Pride was there underneath it, camped out, waiting to receive it. And then the other receiver, Andres Flowers, cuts right in front of him and takes it. The sophomore says it'll be his turn. He's going to try it. So the Tigers are going to start off 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line here to start the third quarter.
Our parade right here in the city of Hawthorne. Make sure you put it on your calendar. There'll be food vendors all day long. We're going to try to have Coach Ingram, some of his staff, for some Q&As with Matt Currency there. So make sure
1st and 10. Tigers break the huddle. They're trying to figure out where everybody goes, lines up. And at quarterback is number 11, Connor Clay from Lincoln. Being pressured in the backfield, hit, knocked down, ball comes out, and the Hornets pick it up. Andrew Zock has it. He's taking it the other way. He's on his feet and brought down at the 3-yard line. Andrew Zock on the recovery, coming from the backside. That was the Hornets. Eric Williams coming in there to break it up, and with a sack, calls the fumble, and then Andrew Zock picks it up and takes it down to the, looks like, 1-yard line where they're going to mark it at. Big hits there from the national scholar, Eric Williams. 11:39 to go here. Only 21 seconds into the second half. And Hawthorne striking again as they are, looks like at the 2-yard line, 2 yards away from pay dirt. Ingram from the shotgun takes a snap, pitches it to Alvin Isaac. Isaac going around the far side, cuts it up, and touchdown, Alvin Isaac. He ran probably 50 yards to get to, but he put 7 on the board as Alvin Isaac. That's going to count as a receiving yard because he passed it forward. For his second touchdown of the night, Alvin Isaac puts the Hornets on the board with 6 more, making it 29-0, waiting for the point after attempt. Sam Carroll trots out there, and Zion Johnson on the hold. This going into the east end zone. There's a snap. Kick is up and good. Sam Carroll puts it through the uprights, puts 30 on the board for the Hornets with 11:30 to go here in the third quarter. Hawthorne in control on this state semifinal game at Annie Mae Phillips Stadium.
in the second half of play, the state semifinal championship game. The FHS AA encourages more than
Florida High School
60,000.
Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who help make the FHSAA football championship possible. Team IP, the official merchandising company of FHSAA. Gatorade Thirst Quencher, Max Preps, official scores and statistics of the FHSAA. GoFan, official online ticket provider of the FHSAA. The NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. And Wilson, provider of the official game ball for the 2023 FHSAA football championships. And that football is getting teed up right now by Sway Knapp. Sway Knapp tees it up at her own 40. Back deep. Several guys for the Tigers. 23, 4, and 24. There's a kick high end of ring coming down this time to number 24 is Flowers. Flowers brings it this side. Oh, and wrapped up several times as the Hornets first got down there. Leland Johnson, and then Jaden Tringrove comes in and blows it up again for progress of bring them out to the 20-yard line. But big hits going on as even seeing Matthew McKinley running down that field and blowing up a would-be blocker, Jordan Pride. 11:22 to go here in the third quarter, and already less than a minute in, and the Tigers have their second possession of the night.
Defense led by Dimitri Perry. They're on the line. Also, E. Williams on the end.
1st and 10. Twins to the far side, one man to the near side, going right to left on your screen. Play, or actually King at quarterback, takes it himself, fakes it to the left, and runs to the right. And Eric Williams with the tackle. He made that big play last time and comes in and makes another big play.
On the play.
It'll be a gain of 3, or actually 2. It'll be a gain of 2, and it'll bring up 2nd and 8. That's a 2-yard gain, and after 3 runs, he's finally in the positive territory and brings it up to the 2-yard line. That's 10 yards for the Tigers on the ground tonight. 2nd and 8. Tigers from the shotgun. King fakes it. Throws over to the near side. Batted up in the air. Tipped by none other than Nazi Gent. Getting over there to block it up for the Hornets. Bring up 3rd and 8 for the Tigers and quickly find themselves behind the chains. And momentum going all Hornets' way right now. With 10:31 to go here in the third quarter, Hawthorne up 30-0. Coach Atkins and team, they're looking for their second shutout of the Tigers in just as many years. So certainly not letting up here with that defense. Got a lot of young guys out there trying to get some extra work in. And Nate the Great goes to the far side to line up against that 6'4" receiver they got. Twins to the far side. One man in motion from left to right. There's the snap, thrown out to the far side. Has his man, but we have him too as Zion Johnson brings him down. That was Bryant Washington. Had nowhere to go. He catches it as he goes to the far side. He was a man in motion from going left to right. Catches it behind the line and actually loses a yard on the pass as Zion Johnson gets over there and blows it up. 4th and 9 for the Tigers.
All right, it's going to be 4th down here. Putting it out. Next receiver for the Hornets is going to be the dangerous Isaac.
King back to boot it away for the Tigers, standing at his own 10-yard line. Alvin Isaac standing at midfield, expecting it. There's a kick, low kick, picked up on the line drive by Alvin Isaac. Hesitates for a second, comes to the near side, and cuts to the near side. Alvin Isaac, plenty of room to run at the 20, at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Hawthorne. What a great job. Everybody was watching it as Leland was coming back to the block. A guy was running blindsided and was hoping that he wasn't going to lay that block like we had last time from another guy. And this time, all he did was cut inside him, didn't even touch him, and was able to free up Alvin Isaac that took that ball 53 yards to the house and puts the Hornets up 36-0 with 9:27 to go here in this third quarter. Sam Carroll trotting back on the field for the Hornets with Zion Johnson holding. Everybody getting set up. There's a snap, low snap, picked up by Zion Johnson, and the kick is up and wide left. It was a low snap, short hopped him. Zion did a great job trying to get it spotted, but the Hornets failed to convert that one and makes it 36-0. And now it's a running clock here in the state semifinal with 9 minutes to go. It's going to be a quick one here after that 53-yard return. That's 103 yards on the night for Alvin Isaac on punt returns.
Face the winner of the game between Bozeman and County Cowboys.
So Hawthorne Sway is going to tee it up here on the near side, near hash, at his own 40-yard line. Going left to right here. Tigers lined up. 5 guys on the line, and the next 3 guys are about 20 yards behind them. A big space there. And you have all 6 guys there about within 10 yards of each other that far back. Sway tees it up, looking to kick. High kick coming down. Flowers once again there, but now steps in front of him with number 21. The speedy guy, short guy, going to the far side, but Andrew Zock, as well as Jaden Tringrove, there to bring him down, and a flag comes in late. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what he's going to call here. He had nothing but shirt. We'll see. They're talking it over. On the return was E.J. Robinson. And they're going to wave the flag off. I think what he might have thought he saw was he thought there might have been like a horse collar because of how the runner came down. But he was pulling the jersey, and the jersey was bringing it down and not the shoulder pads. So, and it wasn't pulling on the top of the jersey. So the white cap comes in there. They talk it over. That's a sign of a good crew. They get in there, they talk it over, and they figure it out what each of them saw. And then they come up with the best judgment they got, and that's how it happened. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their 15 with 7 minutes to go here in this running clock going. So in at quarterback is King. King's under center, 2 backs in the backfield, 1 receiver. Jordan Pride over here on the near side. There's a snap, handoff to the big man, hover to the right side, but there's nowhere to run as a swarm of Hornets are over there, led by Kyler Ingram and Nazi Gent and Tremaine Johnson. All the Hornets were there on that one as the swarm was there with a hive being broken up and just took them in. That was Amarian Hover on the carry. Once again, loses yards and is now at +2. So he lost 2 yards. He's at 2 yards for the night. A guy that normally averages 80 yards per game. That Hornet defense is just something to deal with that people haven't seen before. 2nd and 12 for the Tigers. King under center. 1 back in the backfield. There's a snap. Back to pass. Being pressured in the backfield. Throws it out, but it's tipped. And then threw it out as his man, as Hover again. But Hover, even on the reception after all of that, was only able to pick up 2 yards and bring it back to the 15. So a 2-yard gain as Hover on the reception. But Hawthorne got a hand on it. It looked like Leland Johnson might have got his hand up in the air and got a hand on it, but the ball kept going.
Marion Hover.
So Hover has 2 yards on the ground, 2 yards in the air. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Running clock. Twins go to the far side. King under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Big line they got. But that Hawthorne defense still providing pressure. King back, looking across, and incomplete. Trying to hit number 4, Jordan Pride. And it was thrown behind him, and there's 4 Hornets there with him. And it'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 10. Clock keeps ticking Alvin Isaac looking over to the sideline, signaling that he wants to do a fair catch so the Hawthorne offense has a chance to work. He's afraid he's going to return another one. It's a pretty good problem to have.
Kick for the Tigers at 5. Tristan King.
4.5 to go. We're going to go quick here as we're in the third quarter. They still haven't called for the water break. I don't think they realize it's going past that 6-minute mark. There's a snap. The kick comes to the near side. It got some pressure. It takes a good bounce for the Tigers and goes out of bounds right in front of the ESAL crew. And it'll be at the 42-yard line. Official timeout for a water break. As they're going to flip sides here, we want to take a time to recognize our sponsors once again. We appreciate WholeHomePro.com, Raised Metals, Barnett Deep Creek, Edward Jones Investments, and Van Zant Lawn Care for everything they've done to help out tonight's game. But we've had tons of people that have helped out throughout the year, and especially to the people that work behind the scenes that don't get any recognition. So the Hawthorne Alumni Booster Club is down there in the concession stand, has been faithful and ran that the entire time. If you'd like to join that, visit the Hawthorne Alumni Boosters, and they'll be sure to get you involved. Kia Bowie and all them will be happy to get you involved. Also, we have I apologize. We have actually also the Hawthorne Quarterback Club. The Hawthorne Quarterback Club is a community organization that helps out with different activities throughout the community. And if you'd like to be a part of that, visit Hawthorne QB Club on Facebook. And also send a donation if you like so that they can continue their mission throughout the community and help and support the programs here at Hawthorne. Twins left, twins right. 1st and 10, Ingram from the shotgun. We're going to see if that Hawthorne offense can dial it in here as they are at 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Here we go.
36-0, running clock. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ingram from the shotgun. There's a snap. Back to pass. Finds Matthew McKinley. McKinley, oh, and he slips. Had plenty of room to run, and he beats the turf. Receives it on the near boundary, catches it, and then slips on the grass. It's a gain of 1, and it'll bring up 2nd and 9. Twins left, twins right. There's a snap. Ingram hands it off to Keenan Johnson. Johnson off to the left side, cuts it back to the right, still on his feet and diving forward. And it's going to be a gain of 1, and it'll bring it up to the 44-yard line. So after the first quarter, it was 14-0 Hawthorne. Second quarter, Hawthorne scores 9. Bluntstown still 0. And here in the third quarter, Hawthorne trying to hold on. Oh, and a great catch. Darian Bowie. Darian Bowie over here on the near side. Goes up, catches it, toe taps, and picks up the first down up to the 44-yard line. Comes from the Hawthorne, or 46-yard line, comes from the Hawthorne 44. That's a gain of 10, and it's a first down. Ingram from the shotgun, left to right, twins left, twins right. Hands off to Keenan Johnson. Johnson straight up the middle, following his blockers, still on his feet, breaking tackles, breaking 4 tackles, still carrying Tigers with him. They looked like it was going to be stopped for progress, but he kept on going. He wasn't stopping and breaks it down all the way to the 31-yard line. That's another 15 yards for Keenan Johnson. That puts him at 172 for the night. 1st and 10 from the 31 of the Tigers. Keenan Johnson, really the workhorse for this team, has carried them on his back, following that young offensive line. And they have really opened up some holes for him, and he's made some others. There's a snap. Low snap picked up by Ingram. Ingram looking right. Has his man, McKinley. McKinley makes one guy miss. Another miss. And finally driven out of bounds by Hover at the 20-yard line. That's me a gain of 11, but we got a flag on the play right around the line of scrimmage, so we'll see what that is. Looks like it's coming back as all the Hawthorne guys are staying back there as well. Personal foul against Hawthorne.
Against the Hornets, personal foul.
Be a 15-yard penalty, and we'll replay the down. So McKinley with a great effort was going to be a 11-yard gain, negates that and brings it back to the 46. So it'll be 1st and 25 for the Hornets with 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Megatron goes to the far boundary with Isaac in the slot. Bowie on the near slot with McKinley to the boundary, to the near side. Ingram back to pass, throws it across, has Megatron. Megatron has it. He's making guys missing, splitting, and finally driven out of bounds by 3 Tigers it takes to bring him down, but not until he gets up to the 24-yard line.
22-yard line appears to right there close at the marker. We'll see.
See where they mark it at the 24. So that'll be a gain of 22, and so it'll be 2nd and 3. So that's going to be how the third quarter ends after CJ connects with Megatron for just what was like a wide receiver bubble screen on the far side of the field, and he takes it 22 yards, and it makes it 2nd and 3 for us to start off the third quarter from the 24-yard line for the Hornets. Hawthorne up after 3 quarters of play, 36-0 here in the state semifinal game. $136 yards unofficially for CJ tonight in passing. There's Ingram getting set up. Going right to left, looking for his pass, throws it out. McKinley has it, going to the far side, and touchdown, Hornets! Matthew McKinley on a real similar play as what Andrew Zock had. CJ Ingram draws the defender to him, and then just touch passes it down, and he takes it the rest of the way and puts the Hornets on the board once again. 42-0, waiting for the point after attempt, as that was 24 yards for the good guys. Sam Carroll on the field for the point after attempt. There's a snap, the set down, the kick is up, a lot cleaner that time, and good. Makes it 43-0 with the clock still running, under 11 minutes to go here at Annie Mae Phillips Stadium on the Class 1R state semifinal game here against Bluntstown. Hawthorne getting them all they can handle. Rushing yards, passing yards. Bluntstown hasn't been able to move it hardly at all. And Hawthorne really at will able to move it anywhere. Going to be a great matchup, it appears, between Hawthorne and Madison County. Up in Tallahassee, as fans do 2 bits down there. David Knapp leaving them away. But next Thursday night at Gene Cox Stadium, or actually not at Gene Cox Stadium, at FAMU's campus. There's a low kick by Knapp. Knapp ends out Jordan Pride. Pride bumbles it and finally picked it up and brought down. Oh, he loses the ball and picked up by the Hornets. Keenan Johnson. Johnson looking like a running play. He picks it up. Touchdown, Hornets! Jordan Pride, the A&M commit, wasn't committed to holding on that as the Hornets. Andrew Zock throws it out, and then Keenan Johnson picks it up, says, look what I found, and takes it 5 yards in. Touchdown, Hornets. 9:18 to go. Hawthorne scores again, 49-0. Looks like Sam Carroll's. No, it's not going to be Sam Carroll. We're going to throw another guy out there. Keandre Wilcox on to attempt the point after. Keandre Wilcox coming in to try and put the 50-piece on the board for the Hornets. There's a snap. The set down. The kick is up. And no good. Wide left. Wilcox with a great attempt there. Good to get him out there on the field. He made one earlier in the season. The 8th grader with a great attempt and the future kicker there as he's following Sam Carroll's lead. And 8.5 to go in this ball game. Hawthorne up 49-0. And just like that, that was just a special teams play. I mean, a low line drive bouncer that didn't look like it was going to get all the way back there. Jordan Pride picked it up at his 10, fumbled it around, finally got a handle on it, and then the Hornets were there that quick. That's how fast they are. And drove him 4 yards back, and he dropped it, got it knocked out by, I believe it was Andrew Zock that knocked it out. And then Keenan Johnson, heads up play, picked it up and took it 5 yards in for the touchdown. Under 8 to go. Sam Carroll tees it up now for the Hornets as he's trading duties and going to the kickoff specialist now. And here we go. There's a kick. Low spiral once again. This time picked up by the up back, number 34. He picks it up as 25-yard line. Best yardage. Oh, and he fumbles it. And the Hornets pick it up. Tremaine Johnson going to the right side, still on his feet. Once again, the Tigers can't find the handle, and the Hornets got him by the tail and slinging him around. And the Hornets in full control of taming the Tigers tonight at Annie Mae Phillips Stadium as the ball is at the 43-yard line. There's a flag on the field. Take a timeout, Hawthorne. Tremaine Johnson with a recovery. And that was Zeston Rollerson for the Tigers that had the ball, picked it up, and then, or caught it in the air, and then had a good return going. He was about the 35-yard line where that Hornet defense just is ball hungry and knocks it loose. And it looks like we're going to see some of these young guys. That was a good thing to see him go down so that we can see some of these young guys on offense as C.J. Ingram comes out of the game with a 160 yards on the night passing, 17 yards on the ground, and Keenan Johnson with 172 yards on the night. Nate the Great comes in, Nathan Jennings from the shotgun. Twins left, twins right. One back off his left side. There's a snap. Handoff to LJ. LJ hitting the backfield and driven down. Be a loss of a few as the Tigers are finally able to get in the Hornets' backfield, and it'll be a loss of 3. Hornets going right to left at the Tigers' 46-yard line now. It'll be a loss of 3.
Younger players making their way into the game here. Quarterback, Nate, Ray Jennings, net 17. And we got a whole new fresh offensive line.
The older guys coaching them up.
We go. Second 10.
Nate from the shotgun takes a snap, goes out to the left side, hands off to LJ. LJ comes to the near side, picks up a few yards. It brings it back to about the original line of scrimmage. So a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10. LJ Jackson on the carry for the Hornets. LJ just a sophomore. Nate the Great, just a freshman.
All right, here we go. At 21, LJ Jackson. That's your running back.
Nate from the shotgun, twins to the right, one man to the left. There's a snap, back to pass, looking to throw, throws it deep, has his man, looking for it, and incomplete. Trying to hit Trey Mays over there on the far side. Falls incomplete.
Intended for that 16 of the Hornets. That was Trey Mays.
Became a defender pretty quick, as didn't get quite the spiral he thought he was going to get on that one. And so it'll bring up 4th down. Hawthorne sending in the punting unit. 5 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Hawthorne realizing they got the headsets on with the younger guys. They're realizing they're in line for another opportunity for another state championship in back-to-back years. As Sway Knapp goes onto the field, standing at his own 45, trying to boot it away in punt formation.
Number 1.
There's a snap and the kick. High spiral coming down and caught. Oh, and then blown up. Oh, a flag came in. Hawthorne recovers it for a touchdown, but the receiver had caught it, and as soon as he caught it, he got hit. And now they're going to – what are they going to call here? The Hawthorne special teams right about the 10-yard line. It was caught. There was no fair catch signaled. He caught it, and then as soon as he caught it, he immediately got hit by 2 Hawthorne players.
Knocks the ball loose.
So the clock keeps going as they're talking.
Fly immediately. We'll see what this shakes out to be.
So running into the receiver. So roughing the receiver is what they're going to call. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty, and it'll be at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. We got an official timeout. We're going to take a water break as we're halfway through the 4th quarter, even though we're down to 3:25 to go in the 4th quarter. Football fans, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2023 Florida High School Football State Championship games. Next Thursday, your Hornets will probably be taking on Madison County. The intense action takes place at Ken Riley Field at Bragg Memorial Stadium in Tallahassee, December 7th. Come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit FHSAA website at FHSAA.com for more information regarding times that you'll be playing. Hornet fans, if you are in town near Tallahassee next Thursday, make sure you go out there and support the Hornets. What they've done 2 years in a row is not easy to accomplish. And Hawthorne keeps working. Immediately after the season's over, they're already working. So come out, support them. We'll have a broadcast, a web broadcast just like this. But we want you to be there live to support them as well. There's a handoff, number 35 off the left side. Got the youngsters in, making some tackles. Number 44 on the tackle.
About 3 yards there.
Lamarian Campbell, defensive tackle, makes the play for the Hornets. Be a gain of 2 on the carry that time was number 35, Dylan Marlowe, the sophomore for the Tigers. King at quarterback for the Tigers. Once again, Marlowe off his right shoulder. Twins to the left. 2nd and 8. 2:40 to go here in the ballgame. Hawthorne up 49-0. There's a snap. Hand off to Marlowe. Marlowe blown up in the backfield and hit and brought down as the big man coming back. Peter Finn makes a huge play for the Hornets and drops them for a huge loss of 5. 3rd and 13 for the Tigers after Peter Finn coming off that far side. Hornet faithful cheering on. Tellis Harris making his way onto the field for the Hornets, big number 78. The sophomore, 5'10", 245. Hornet fans and players cheering them on. 3rd and 13. There's a snap. Handoff coming to the near side. A little bit of room to run. Oh, and a big hit. Jamarian Davenport comes out of nowhere and takes them out. That was Marlowe yet again on the carry, short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down. It'll be 4th and 4 for the Tigers with $1:30 to go here in the ball game. Fans, they've only had, I believe, I lost track early on, but I think they've only had like 1 first down for the night by their own doing. Any other first downs have probably been by a penalty, but I can only remember 1 first down for the night for this Bluntstown defense or offense. King back to boot it away for the Tigers. There's the snap. And there's a kick. High, end over end, goes to the far side of the field, takes a Tigers bounce, and Hawthorne just clearing away, letting it get down as there's 1 minute to go here in the ball game on the Class 1R state semifinal game. Hawthorne just going to let it tick down and probably not run another play. Coach Ingram down there clapping it up with his players, getting them to line it up at midfield, and that's how it's going to happen here at Annie Mae Phillips Stadium, barring a timeout from either team. Fans clapping it up, team clapping it up, everybody lining it up. Listen to them live here. Fireworks going off on the east end zone. And that's it. That's all from Annie Mae Phillips Stadium. The score, Hawthorne 49, Bluntstown 0. Hawthorne has tamed the Tigers and are heading to Tallahassee for another chance at a state championship. Take on likely Madison County for a 2nd time in a row. Fans, we really thank you for joining us. We know you like the outcome, the result. We're going to let you enjoy some of this here as the team celebrates their victory and going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, follow your calendar. Next Thursday night, Tallahassee. It'll be your
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank you for joining us here on HawthorneHub.com. We thank you for your support throughout the year. One more time, join with us and celebrate at home, but also come and celebrate with us in Tallahassee. Next Thursday night, we'll be playing Madison County, and that'll be, well, time is still yet to be determined. So we'll keep you posted. We'll be sharing it out, and make sure that you can tune in. We'll have, once again, the audio broadcast that will bring you on Hawthorne Hub. Sponsors, we would certainly appreciate your support. But individuals, we can have your support as well on visiting our Cash App, $Hawthorne QBC, $Hawthorne QBC. So go on that Cash App and give us a little bit of support, $1, $2, $10, whatever you have there to celebrate Hawthorne's second time, fourth year in a row going to the state championship. Hawthorne wins 49-0 here in the state semifinal game at Annie Mae Phillips Stadium for the final time this 2023 football season. Fans, we'll see you then. I appreciate Billy Herod. He wasn't able to do any video tonight for us, but he was in the audience to help us out. And then Sean Derrick, always running this for us for Hawthorne Hub. We appreciate him and Emily for their support of this broadcast, but also the program and the community in general. Fans, most of all, we thank y'all for listening. We know you've enjoyed the outcome. We hope you enjoy the broadcast. We'll see you next week. Go Hornets.